Hey, how's it going, guys? Jack and Matt here with the Toasty Bros, and today we are putting together this $320 gaming PC, and yes, it will game.
And it is wrapped for your protection. Yeah, but yeah, it's a budget gaming PC. We're gonna be upgrading with this graphics card to make a really awesome PC that can survive 2021 because it's kind of crazy out there. But before we dive into this PC, let's hear a word from today's sponsor.
Today's video is brought to you by Lexar, your one-stop shop for all your storage needs. Today we are looking at the Hades RGB RAM kit featuring absolutely beautiful RGB, capacities up to 32 gigabytes, and super fast 3600 MHz speed that is rock solid stable, making it perfect for your next Intel or AMD gaming rig. But don't forget that Lexar has SSDs as well, like the NM620 with read speeds up to 3300 megabytes per second and write speeds up to 3000 megabytes per second, and capacities of 256 gigabytes, 512 gigabytes, and 1 terabyte. If you're looking to build a new PC or just upgrade your rig, then definitely consider the Hades memory and NM620 SSD by checking the link down below. And special thanks again to Lexar for sponsoring today's video.
So in just a minute here, we will unwrap this PC and kind of go over the total specs, but the whole concept behind this, and we've done this many times, is going somewhere like eBay or really anywhere you can find used PCs. I mean, whether it's Marketplace, Craigslist, your grandma's PC that she's getting rid of because she just upgraded a new one, your school is getting rid of PCs, you went to an e-cycle place and picked up PCs. There's all kinds of ways to get these old office PCs that many people just don't want. They're like, oh, it's time for the latest and greatest PC. So we have this HP Z230 here, and we're going to just be simply throwing in a graphics card. Really the biggest importance here is just making sure the stuff is compatible that you're going to buy to upgrade this PC.
So let's go ahead and open this thing up and see what we have inside.
So I'm gonna try to do this from the rear so that we don't absolutely scratch the front of it up, but
yeah, for the GPU upgrade, RX 460, that card is kind of become legendary right now. It's a really good value, under $100. Really, it's like one seller that's doing that, but you know. But
you can find these OEM cards, because obviously it's an OEM card. I mean, it's that nice like HP red. It is only a 2 gig card, and we were talking to Twitch chat, twitch.tv/toasterbros earlier, and a lot of people were kind of complaining about using 2 gig cards, saying they're like irrelevant, and in our opinion, there's not a major difference between the 2 gig and the 4 gig. We've tested both. And we've recently been using this 460 a lot in games like Apex. We've even tested it in like some higher end games like Call of Duty, and it'll run those games. Obviously lower settings, but going up to a 4 gig card is not gonna change that much.
Yeah.
It's not gonna make it to where you're gonna play high settings or anything.
Yeah, of course there's gonna be benchmarks in this video so we can prove that to you guys, but yeah.
Just figured we'd throw out that disclaimer, but so the system we have, and I'll be honest, I got a pretty lucky deal here. So there's some people on eBay that kind of have our same idea. They're like, well, hey, I'm gonna buy all these HP Z230s, my God, they did not clean it, and kind of refurbish them. This one I thought was a little more refurbished than it was. This might have just been an upgrade from back in the day. But what they did here was they basically took this HP Z230, which was actually a pretty capable system back in the day. Like, they were very upgradable. They're kind of like workstation / server grade systems. You can see they're pretty big. That's how most of their Z lineup is. And on top of that, you have 4 RAM slots. It does actually have a 3rd gen i7 in it. It has 16 gigs of RAM. This is kind of goofy how like they're all matching, but we have this one HyperX stick that's not matching. But it actually is 4 sticks, which is nice. So we have at least dual channel. We actually have a 500 gig MX500 Crucial SSD, which is a pretty good SSD. We have a DVD drive for anyone that cares about that. And for the power supply, it's always fun trying to find the wattage.
They were 400 watts from what you said.
That sounds right. I did actually put that in. Yeah, 400 watt total output, 400. So these typically actually, let's see, do we have, oh, look at that.
That's a 6-pin?
We even have a 6-pin. So if you really wanted to, you could add a card that needs external power. Matt and I like to be simple, make it easy on you guys. This RX 462 gig, no external power. As you can see, there's none to be found. So literally all we have to do is slap it in, and I don't know if you want me to do that.
Yeah, I think you can handle it.
Sure?
I don't
know if I can, man.
All right.
But we'll have to give this system a little bit of a clean out later on too, but for now, we'll just get this card installed so we can show you guys that. Basically what we're gonna do though is pop this lane out. Oh wait, I popped it in.
Uh-oh.
All right. So we're gonna do the top lane, the one that has the green on it, and it will say PCIe 16 somewhere. You can see this one says PCIe 2, X1, we don't want that obviously. We want, oh right here, PCIe 3, X16 75 watt, which is standard of how much a PCI lane can put out. So we are gonna need 2 lanes open because this is a 2-lane boy right here, and then we're gonna take it. We're just gonna line it up, get that in there. All right, you guys ready for the push?
and click.
And click, and then we're just gonna make sure that you see these little nubs, we want those to be on there, and then we're gonna take our lockdown plate, and this actually has a really sturdy locking plate to it. Like, I'm not worried about this thing running away. Is the other one in?
Why
Oh,
are
yeah,
you
it's in.
running?
The other one's already in, so, I mean, look at that. Sturdy card. Our fan spin's good. So we're good there. Maybe we'll go through and we should probably do a thermal paste cleaning. Matt,
Yeah.
would you like to demonstrate how to clean some thermal
I'm
paste?
scared.
Oh gosh, you scared?
All right, guys, this is how you clean your paste.
Or pasta.
Your
Maybe another
pasta.
country might be called thermal pasta.
I think I have the wrong tool for the job.
Yeah, you're gonna need a flathead or a Torx.
Yes, so flathead or Torx, there you go. If you get this specific build,
a
that's what you're gonna need to be
close-up, yeah.
running with.
This
so
is
we'll
like
go
an
this
aftermarket cooler though. I don't think most HP Z230s will come with one of these Cooler Master coolers. I think normally there's Intel.
Yeah, so we'll run with that. So best way to do it is opposing corners. Do I follow that rule most of the time? No, but it is the smart way to apply equal pressure and lack thereof
Equilibrium.
of pressure to each corner, so you don't like do something bad to the CPU.
But
But
in here we can make sure we actually have that i7, you know, before we start it up. Because this should be a 3770, so 3rd Gen i7, 4-core, 8-thread. It looks like newer paste.
it's
yeah.
newer. Yeah, it's not awful.
But it's not freaking Arctic or Corsair case.
Yeah, so we're gonna need to clean that off. Let me grab a little alcohol wipe.
An alcohol whippy.
You need this many. I'm
12.
just kidding, you don't need that many. You can use this, or you can get a bottle of like rubbing alcohol from a store. The higher the percentage, the better of
the grand
alcohol to
reveal.
water.
Let's see the grand reveal, man.
All right, so is that what we want it to be?
I'm focusing. i7, ooh, 47.
Oh, you went 4th gen?
Did I?
I don't know, you didn't even
I don't
remember
know,
going 4th
man, but
gen.
apparently we got a 47i. It's
That's
even
a good
better.
deal.
It's still 4 cores, 8 threads, but you do get a little bit of newer technology, higher frequency. Obviously, this is going to have USB 3, which I'm curious in the back. Let's see ports wise, because like I said, it's a pretty workstation board. So we have, it looks like PS2, 2 USB 3s, sorry, 4 USB 3s. 2 USB 2s, Ethernet. We have 2 DisplayPort out, but we're not going to be using those. Some audio ports. What do we have up front? Probably a lot, right?
Probably a lot of stuff.
Yep, we got 2 USB 3s up front. We have 2 USB 2s and 2 more audio jacks. So does that 2? Oh my gosh, dude. This is high tech.
Dual.
Is that all in one? Bro, no. Oh, it has a mini. That's so crazy. It has a laptop drive and a full-size drive. We're going to be freaking ripping some disc later, bro.
We're going back to Blockbuster and ripping our rentals. So we have the Arctic Silver 5 here.
Ooh.
Gonna go ahead and do a little, there we go.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We got some good pace going on this. This thing's
good.
going to run cool.
Where's the CPU header?
Up top, left,
I see it now.
right. I don't know which direction you're looking.
It's
Purple.
Gonna do one of these, or we'll sit it right back, and then we're gonna leave it unplugged because that's the best
Probably
way to
forget
do
it,
it.
yep.
Passive cooling for the win. So we get a little bit started there. Get a little bit started there.
A little bit started there.
Yeah.
And then a little bit more.
And then a
over
lot
there.
right here.
Yeah, a lot right there.
A lot right
full
here.
Send.
Yeah, full send right here. You just go ah.
You scream the whole time you're doing it so you know it's working.
Yes, exactly. That's what's up, guys.
And these are spring loaded and they actually do have a stop to them. That's most coolers, by the way. For any of you who haven't built a PC yet, you don't really have to worry about like over torquing these. You basically just very lightly hand tighten it until it won't go anymore. It's like you shouldn't have to use like,
No, this
you know,
should be just go.
yeah, you don't have to do that. just with your
Two-hand
two
action.
fingers, you know.
We don't like the one hand action. We like two hand action.
Yeah.
All right, so there we go. Thermal paste has been, well, upgraded.
Yeah,
to
maybe we'll do a little
sense.
cable management, you know, once we're off video, and then we'll benchmark it.
Yeah, let's see what it can do. Let's see if it can game.
Alright guys, now that we have this $300 PC all booted up and ready to go, let's dive into a couple benchmarks real quick. Now we decided to test this PC in a couple of titles, those being Apex Legends, Fortnite, and Call of Duty Vanguard. Now first up in Apex Legends, at 1080p on very low settings, we averaged about 60 FPS. In this game, the RX 460 is the bottleneck, and we do get very similar results to the $400 PC we built on the channel with an RX 460 and Ryzen 3 1200, but that's not a bad thing. We get a very solid 60 FPS, and I'm still very impressed with how solid the frame rate is. It's not stuttery, it's not laggy, it's not having sharp dips below 60, it's staying rock solid around 60 FPS, and it makes for a really playable gaming experience in a game like Apex Legends that relies really well on having very solid frame rates, because if you have a big dip, you're probably going to die in a game like Apex Legends. Next up in Fortnite on performance mode, which is our favorite esports game, at 1080p, we averaged about 100 FPS. This is where we start to see the limitations of the 4th gen Intel architecture compared to something like a Ryzen 3 1200, which is slightly newer. That $400 PC is going to have a little bit of an edge in terms of FPS here, but still getting over 100 FPS in Fortnite is incredibly playable. And the same would go in games like Valorant, Rocket League, CSGO. All the other esports titles will get very similar 100 plus FPS experience, and that RX 460 is more than adequate to do that. Now, where the system starts to suffer a little bit is in higher end games like Call of Duty Vanguard, where we have to drop down to 1600 by 900 on very low settings to get about a 50 to 60 FPS average. It's not a great experience, there definitely are some stutters and dips here, but Call of Duty Vanguard is a brand new game and we are gaming on a pretty older system using the RX 460, but I do believe the $400 PC has an advantage in these titles, and it just depends on what map you're playing on in Call of Duty Vanguard and how demanding it actually is. If you're okay with playing on 720p and playing at very low settings, you would get away with pretty much any game you throw at this system, but that is a compromise you'll have to make. But when you're talking about a $300 PC in 2021, I mean, you really can't complain too much. It's super easy to upgrade, it's ready out the gate, and the specs are still very impressive. Now, of course, in like 2019, you could build something way better with like an RX 580 or 570, but we live in 2021, so it's really not worth, thinking about the past here. Let's think about what we can actually do now, and this RX 460 combo is actually pretty good for the money. So if you guys want to pick anything up from today's video, the link's in the description down below. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up the benchmarking section in today's video. I'm going to bring Jackson back in here to wrap this video up real quick.
Alright guys, so we think we did pretty good with this gaming desktop and the overall budget that we had, and really the only downside with this thing as well, it just doesn't look the prettiest.
And of course that RX 460 is a great deal. We did a full custom PC as well for $400, so if you want to spend a little bit more and want to get that RGB, that's a good option as well, so hit the eye to check that video out. But this one right here is a no thrills, really awesome high performance gaming PC, and if you want to pick it up, use the link down below to probably an eBay generic search for this desktop tower, this specific brand of workstation tower, along with the RX 460 that is super easy to get and plug and play, and you're good to go.
So as always, we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you subscribe so that you can check out future videos like this, and also check out our other two YouTube channels where we do all kinds of other fun things, and also our twitch.tv/toastybears where we live stream every single morning. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
And we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
And hey, we sell computers just like this, and even this one right here over on our PC selling website.
PCBros.tech is our PC selling business. We sell these PCs, gaming PCs, office PCs, and well, all kinds of PCs, even laptops. So PCBros.tech, check out our website or come in person to our store.
Do it.
Yeah, do that. Bye.
Peace.